afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube community. I welcome you back to J Duke Gaming. Appreciate you guys stopping back at my YouTube channel. Guys, I recently have been playing and have sunken a lot of time into a game that I was really looking forward to, and a game that got so much hype. I thought I'd just do a little review or kind of discuss the state of the game. No Man's Sky was officially announced at E3 of 2014, with the first actual teaser trailer being shown in December of 2013. This game first started development approximately 5 years ago, and the starting team consisted of about 4 people. But just before the teaser trailer dropped in December 2013, the team expanded to about 12 developers. The game received immediate attention while it boasted impressive features. The gameplay of No Man's Sky is built on 4 different pillars. You've got the exploration, you've got the survival, you've got the combat, and you've got trading. Now, the game states that players are free to perform within the entirety of this procedurally generated open universe that's affected based off your actions. That includes over 18 quintillion planets, and each have their own set of flora and fauna. Now, guys, for you that are kind of unfamiliar with what procedurally generated means, it's just kind of when they program this game, they have a lot of algorithms that they plug in, and instead of having to lay out each level or each planet, design each and every one of them, by going the procedurally generated route, it just randomly generates each planet, randomly generates each wildlife, each fauna. So that's how they're able to sit there and say that they've got 18 quintillion planets. They're going based off this mathematical formula that they have. Anyway, getting back to it. Each player actually starts off on a random planet at the edge of the galaxy, and they're equipped with a survival exosuit. You've got a jetpack, and you've got a multi-tool that can be used to scan. You can use it to mine and collect resources, and it also serves as your weapon so that you can attack and defend yourself from creatures and other hostile animals, or not aliens, but the robots that can attack you. I'm drawing a blank on what they're called right now. But anyway, you start off close to a crashed spaceship, and the beginning objective is to go out and mine resources, collect resources, so that you can repair that spaceship, so that you can land and take off and just travel between each planet to planet and space stations. But after performing and collecting enough resource to repair your spaceship, you then leave the planet. Then you're free to kind of follow any path of exploration, survival, combat, and trading that you choose. On the initial release of the game, the players were greeted with a Day Zero patch, is what they're calling it, that supposedly added a whole plethora of new features, namely what they're calling the 3 paths. Now, the game does not give you any sort of description, guidance, or even a slight hint of what the supposed 3 paths are. The game also boasts a whole array of ship diversity. Now, while there may be more that I have yet to discover, among arriving to several space stations, I was not only greeted with the same assortment of 10 different ships, or about 10 different ships. But I was also greeted by 3 of the same freaking ships that were identical in style, design, and color, but also has the same exact pilot of the ship. His name was Aow, AOW. And not only this, all 3 of them there were at the exact same time. It just baffles me that this game boasts an amazing 18 quintillion planets, but when it comes to freaking alien NPCs, I managed to find twins and even triplets on numerous occasions. The Day Zero update supposedly updated, and I'm going to quote directly off the website here, combat auto aim and weapon aim has been completely rewritten to feel more gentle in general, but stickier when you need it. Neither of which I have found to be the case. Both the space and combat on foot is just horrendous. I mean, the auto aim, it does not feel any sense of auto aim whatsoever. I never once had it lock on to the target. It might kind of jump back and forth, but it never actually locked on and stayed locked on to the target when I needed it and when I didn't need it. I know this game is not a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter or even a combat game in general. But when you boast or talk about how your game has combat in it, has space combat in it, you would expect it to perform to some extent. But this was just ridiculous. It also states that space combat has advanced techniques like brake drifting and critical hits. Bounty missions and larger battles now occur. So this pirate frequency has also been increased, as well as difficulty depending on your cargo. Now guys, I've put in roughly 85 hours into this game, and I have yet to find a single bounty mission or any larger battles of what they're claiming to have in the game. The largest battle I found was me being attacked by 2 space pirates. And there's absolutely no depth whatsoever to combat. I mean, guys, it's just ridiculous. You know, coming from games like EVE Online, you know, all these other space games that they have, even freaking Star Trek Online space combat was far more in depth than this game is. And the last point in the Day Zero update states, the Atlas path has been rewritten by James Swallow and Sean Murray. I think it speaks to the overarching theme of player freedom more clearly now. Early mission text has been rewritten to allow for multiple endings. I'm going to try to refrain from any spoilers here, but I've managed to play through the game 2 times. My first playthrough, it took me roughly 50 hours or so to get to the center of the galaxy. And the second time, it took 30 to 35 hours. Just to kind of get a little baseline here, try to do things as close as possible to see if anything changed. Both playthroughs that I did, I followed the Atlas path just to see if the supposed rewrite and overarching theme was any more clear. But I've yet to find any way to make the ending different, even if it's by a word or two and changing the dialogue. But I was unsuccessful, which leads me to believe that there in fact is only one ending. And at that, guys, the ending of this game is just by far the absolute worst ending of any video game I have ever played in my life. And I play games mainly for their story. And when they first started talking about it, showing teaser trailers, showing actual in-game clips, in-game footage, and they started talking about the diversity of the planets, the diversity of the wildlife, the diversity of the fauna, the diversity of the alien NPCs, and how you can make your own choice or you can follow more or less a pre-designed or predestined path. I was thinking, man, this game, as huge as it is, it's going to have just this incredible storyline. Boy, was I wrong. This game, it has no storyline whatsoever. Or at least in my opinion, it doesn't. I mean, you go around and you can click these monoliths and go to these ancient ruin things and find these artifacts to where you can learn one word at a time, a word in a different alien language. And I think there's like 3 different languages. And I've clicked on hundreds of these things. Hundreds of them. And I've yet to even come close to making a complete sentence when talking to any of these NPCs. Every time I talk to them, I have 1, maybe 2 words that I've figured out. I don't think I've ever talked to anybody and had 3 words. And that's in 2 different playthroughs. And like I said, guys, I've specifically spent a day of playtime. Well, not actual playtime. I specifically, in one of my gaming sessions, I sat down and did nothing but find these artifacts and these monoliths. And all the aliens that I talked to that would offer me a word, I would choose that. And still, you get nowhere with the dialogue. You don't understand but a word or 2 at a time. So, there's really no story behind it. Even if there is this amazing story that you could follow, you've sink so much time into this game just trying to learn all the words that by the time you learn all of them, you don't even want to play through the game to see what the storyline is. Like I said, I'm not going to ruin it for you guys that still are playing through it or want to play all the way through it. But the ending is just, there's nothing else to be said about it. Unless I've just got bad luck and I did manage to get the worst ending ever. Now guys, I will give this game a thumbs up when it comes to the actual planet variation. Now granted, all the resources that are mined and obtained seem to be the same for every planet, with no planet having a special or exclusive resource. The variation of color and pastels does give it a sense of you being on a different planet, even if it's just more or less a reskin of the planet. Now guys, the absolute worst part of the game, and the part that pisses me off the most for spending $60, is that this game on PS4, in my experience, and apparently countless others from watching YouTube and reading reviews, is how frequently the game crashes. During an hour-long session the other night, when I was playing the game, it crashed 7 times in 1 hour. Now, I wasn't going to the same planet doing the same exact thing, and just stumbled upon a bug that keeps crashing the game. No. Every single time I went to a different planet, I was doing different things. I was mining different resources. And it still was crashing. And that is ridiculous for a game to crash about every 10 minutes. They need to fix this game. Well, I've pretty much given up on the game in its current state. I am hoping that with future updates and possibly DLC, the game can hopefully redeem itself with the promise of allowing players to rebuild their own spaceships and bases. That would be just amazing if you could do that. I know there's games coming out here in the next year to 2 years that are already talking about being able to build your own spaceships and your own bases. And there's one that's coming out that looks extremely impressive to me, and I can't think of the name of it right now, but if No Man's Sky would do this, I'd play through it again. Now, I know it's quote unquote a single player game that you do have a chance to stumble upon another player, and supposedly there have been 1 or 2 people that found each other on launch day. I would like to see some kind of multiplayer aspect added to this game, because the story's not there, the gameplay really isn't there, so there's really not much left to do. I would love for the storyline to actually present itself, actually be able to understand these aliens instead of spending hours upon hours learning their language and still not able to understand them. And I would love for them to actually go in greater detail on combat, put a little more emphasis on combat. Not necessarily on ground combat, but when you're boasting all this space combat about these braking technique maneuvers and critical hit spots on these ships and these big huge space battles and pirate battles, they've got to deliver on this. They've got to deliver on this. You can't sit there and say your game has space battles when you find one space battle, in 20 hours of gameplay. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. And I recently spent a lot of time watching Sean Murray's interviews over the last, 2 years since it's been announced. And from what he promised at the beginning of the announcement, what this game was going to be up until now, it's just a huge letdown. And I'm not one to jump on these hype trains. We've all been burned so much by so many companies promising to deliver this only to never deliver it in their final product. And I'm quite frankly getting tired of that. They have no need. They'd be better off not saying something that's going to be in their game until they know for sure that it's going to work 100%. I'd rather them not even say, yeah, we've got space battles in this game. I'd rather them leave that off and then me get up into space and actually have, even if it's a sorry excuse for a space battle, I'd be more impressed with it at that point. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you listening and watching my video. If you liked it, guys, please smash that thumbs up button so I know what kind of content you guys like. If you disliked it, smash that thumbs down button. I'm trying to get 2 thumbs up here. Smash that thumbs down button. Just leave a comment below. Let me know what you disliked about the video, guys. Let me know what kind of content you'd like to see me provide for you next. Let me know if you'd like to see me do some actual gameplay, some more gameplay. Guys, let me know what game you'd like me to play. Guys, I'm here for the YouTube community. I'm here to deliver content that you guys like to see. I'm here to entertain you guys. I'm not here for me. I'm not here for anything else, guys. I do enjoy playing on YouTube. I do enjoy posting videos. But guys, I want to make content for you. So guys, leave comments down below what you would like to see. Guys, if you hadn't done it already, hit that subscribe button. Guys, I'd like to keep delivering content to you. So if you would, guys, just support me and I'll support you. Peace out.